We farm corn, soybeans, beef cattle. We're a custom feedlot, and background and finish fat cattle. My wife and my goal was, when we built this barn, it's kind of for the future, I guess. We have two sons. We're hoping in 15 years or so, when they're out of school and decide they want to come back to the farm, that we have something to offer. The people that are involved with Corp, so they know what's going on, actually use the product.
When we sell barns, when guys come in and say, hey, what do you think? Or, will this work? Or how does it work? Well, let's go drive out and look at my barn with my cattle in it. What I'm telling you to do is the exact same thing we're doing today. Nothing different. We're not, I feel other people in the business are talking about what I hear works, what they tell me will work. When you're dealing with us, you're hearing it from the people that are doing it. I'm telling you it works because I'm doing it right now. And I can tell you what won't work because we've probably done it sometime in the past, One of the things that I really probably didn't realize when we first started building barns is the benefit to the barn is just as good in the summertime heat as it is in the spring mud. Because, when it's 110 degrees out and there's no air movement, it's humid, that's miserable. Our outdoor cattle on open lots, we have sprinklers running, cooling them off. In the barn, they're in the shade, they're laying down, and they're comfortable. So what that translates into is efficiency in the cattle. When those cattle outside are not eating anything that day. How we know this is conversion. How much an animal eats per pound it gains. That's the whole thing. So animal health, animal comfort, how do we measure that by their conversion. And the cattle in the barn always convert better than outdoor cattle. They eat less feed to put the same weight on. And the reason they do so well is they're comfortable.
Very happy with what's been going on in the current barn we have now. We've run a couple groups through it, and there's just no comparison from outside to inside. Confinement
can be a dirty word in some circles, right? But when you're talking about cattle, these are open air units with, so it's not enclosed completely like that. They're open air units, and these cattle are just absolutely comfortable. They're laying down comfortably, they're on this rubber mat. Space, we can talk about space a little bit. We run a lot of barns at 22 square foot, 24 square foot an animal. Now, on the surface, somebody might say, God, that seems like a lot. But cattle are herding animals. When they're on an open lot, when it's cold out, they're all huddled together. When it's hot out, they're all huddled together. If there's one shade tree, they're all huddled together. So it really doesn't matter if you're given 40 acres in a feedlot, they're always right there. In the barn, what you're doing is all the money that you would be spending on managing a dirt lot and moving manure around now goes into a building payment. So, your yardage, you're paying yourself and then profit on top. Well, after 10, 12 years, depending on how you structure a loan, that building payment goes away. And maintenance is not going to be anywhere near what yards are. So now, just in your yardage payment, if all you're doing is breaking cattle even, you're making good money. In 10 years, you've spent the money on the barn whether you own it or not, except you have no equity. The barns are a true equity. Farming is all about equity, obviously, so invest the money, it cash flows out, and you can pass it down for generations.